Okay, sisters, it took me a little minute to get myself together today. It's kind of rainy and took me a minute to get myself up. So I'm going to wait until we start getting some sisters on. Um, I'll wait a few minutes. Let's see how many sisters we'll get on, and then we'll get started. I hope you guys are having a good morning. It's afternoon for me. It's like 2 p.m. here. I try to go live at a time that I think that people will be still at home, still chilling. It's Sunday, so maybe everybody's still relaxing and have time to get on. On this side, people should be out of church and all of that stuff. So if they want to join in, they can. So if you're wondering why I choose this time frame, that's why. I think it seems I can get the most participants at this time of the day. I'm feeling better, much better. I don't have almost all of the pain from my extraction site is gone. So I am good. Oh, great, Jonetta. Yes, let's join in today. Where you at? Send me oh, there you go. I'm gonna add you. So Jonetta's gonna join in with us today. Isn't that wonderful?
Hey,
Hey girl, how you doing?
all right. I'm relaxing today. It's Sunday, so I'm good.
Hopefully Ghana and Guinea has enough connection so that we can actually have a real conversation.
I hope so. I, let's pray.
Let's pray. Yes. So on the post that I made about what do we want to talk about, one of the main things that Annabelle was saying, and we need to talk about like fun things. So I'm really glad that you decided to join us because I was going to mention your mixers. So you can talk about your mixers and tell us what's going on because I think that this will be a good way for I of course I haven't been yet, but I'm always following you. Um and I think it's a good way those icebreakers make good for creating a bridge between. So tell us about your event.
Okay, so every month my sister Afia and I we host a mixer, which is like basically trying to get Africans who have moved back to the continent in Ghana and continental Africans together. So we literally usually have a little bit of everybody. There's like African Americans, people from South Africa, Uganda, Ghana, of course, Nigeria, like African people. We just get together, and
I love
it's
that.
different games. It's a party. We have a really good DJ. Our DJ, like the house DJ at Kiki B, so he starts with us, and then we keep the party going. Usually there or other places. So the whole point of it is to get people to know each other, mix and mingle. We talk about communication barriers, like things that we need to know about each other so we don't have as many misunderstandings. And but it's done through like games. So we do charades, we do song association, we have like little dance offs, foul play. It's a lot of different things. And people usually get loose. They have drinks. They want to talk. Yeah, there was this one time we
Yes.
had like a relationships one and a guy got up. He's like, "My marriage is effed up," and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
wait!" But he was able to give good advice, and he met somebody there. I was like, "See, you was in the right place."
oh, wow.
So it's
That's
fun.
really
You
cool. So let me ask you this. I know that a lot of the topics between us and our continental counterparts can get a little heated. how do you all mitigate that issue during those conversations?
So the way that we do them are through games. So it's we never say that anybody's right or wrong in their stance. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say we do foul play. And the premise of foul play is that we throw up a scenario and you have to tell us if this is foul play coming from your culture. Not that the other person is wrong, just from my culture, this wouldn't be acceptable. Like I wouldn't want to deal with you after that.
Oh,
They actually have like a little flag. They throw the flag, and
oh,
so it's kind of fun,
cool.
so that nobody feels like they're being attacked. And then there is no right or wrong with it. It's just this is
Mhm.
where I'm coming from, and this is why. And then usually with that, nobody tends to be offended. There was only one time we had a sister. She wasn't really at the mixer, but she was in the vicinity that we were in. And so
Mhm.
she was talking heavily about her religion. And so, in that situation, the whole crowd was just kind of like, you're going too far. So we know we just had to kind of take the mic and be like, thank you, sister. But she ended up performing at the end of the night because she's a singer. So
Oh,
she wasn't too offended by us taking the mic because she ended up performing. So we try to do everything through games. We always preface it with this is a learning opportunity. Um, there's a portion of our icebreakers where we talk about historical figures from both sides. We try to make everything even. And the only part that's really a competition are like the charades, the historical facts one, things like that.
mhm.
But the parts where we're talking about our cultural differences, it's always through the premise of a game so that nobody
Good.
feels slighted.
Cool. That is really cool. I've been saying like I hope that when I do finally make my way back home, I'll be there around the same time that you all have your mixers so that I can come because it looks like so much fun. And you all should put more like those. Y'all used to put those little clips up where you would show like a piece of it. Y'all should put more. I really, really love that. It had me like, oh, I can't wait to go.
We're working on that. This is Ghana, so
Yeah,
sometimes you
yeah,
have
I know.
people you hire and you're like, what happened?
Yeah,
So I'm trying to figure
yeah.
out how to learn how to edit myself so that I don't even have to depend on anybody. I can just do what I need to do and post it. But this year is the 1 year anniversary, so it's gonna be a really, really nice event. It's gonna be like a party, so it'll be fun.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
But there's
this,
so much
because
to
um Annabelle was talking about how we need to talk more about like the fun things that we do in Ghana and all of the enjoying life in Ghana, which is plenty, plenty, plenty enjoying going on. So
have to balance.
so tell us, what do you do outside of your business and your events? What do you do to just relax and have a good time? Like
Well, I go out a lot.
because that's your
So
business too.
yeah, like you can go to dinner. Plenty of places here have shisha. There's like sipping paints that you can go to. I've gone to those. Um, ooh, they have like these pop-up shop things that are happening now. So like vintage pop-ups, which is really
Oh,
cool. Um, yeah, and they have like the old fabrics that they're like infusing into some of these pop-ups. So you can get like fabrics from like the 70s and 80s and things like that.
oh,
Um,
cool.
there's like day parties, rooftop parties, beach parties. Everybody's
Yeah,
doing something like
yeah,
everything you can think of that you have done elsewhere, people are now doing here. So
right.
even like there's a lady, Erica, she operates for the Love of Fufu, and she does like it's called Indulge and Play. And so the time that I went, it was like a sex talk, and it was so much fun. Like I had the
Good.
best time ever. She does a few, like I think every few months or so, she'll do an Indulge and Play, and the topics are random. Um, there's now they have the whole
Look
kizomba and
at
salsa thing. Yeah, so I got excited because I went to one class and I was like, oh, I really like this. But the whole salsa kizomba dance is really
me.
popular now. So restaurants have a kizomba night. Karaoke is a big thing here now. Um, of course, you have football, like soccer. People love
Yeah.
that. And if you don't love it, you should learn to love it a little bit if you're gonna live here because
Yeah.
like so many people into
It's
it. So
everywhere.
you kind of people doing some of my Ghanaian friends, they have stuff like wache sittings or jollof parties where
Oh,
basically
really?
like yeah. So, and this is about networking. So there was a friend of mine, and he basically he knew I needed like some fundraising. I was trying to do some fundraising, and he was like,
Mhm.
"Okay, well, you should meet my MBA group. You know, we all still meet up every month or so." So I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "It's a wache sitting." I was like, "What is that?" He was like, "We get a big table full of wache and we just eat and drink and whatever." He was like, "And I'll introduce you to these certain people because I know they'll be there." I was like, okay, cool, great. So things like that, pool
Ooh,
parties, everything. This December, I'm scared. I'm
I
like,
know, right?
I just say now because every December is fun, but like this December is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be super
crazy, and
this December.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
So there's
um
plenty to do.
I can't wait to get back. I'm trying to make it back for December, but I'm not sure because my mom is turning 70 and my oldest daughter is turning 18. So I'm like, well, maybe I can slide over to the US and then slide back for Afrochella and everything else that's going on in Accra this year. So I don't know yet, but hopefully. If not, I'll be there in spirit.
Well, either way, it's
Well,
gonna be a really,
thank you
really
for jumping on with me. Like I hope like more of the ladies will jump on and like give some feedback other than like just in the comments or whatever. The comments help, but to actually
yeah.
hear like the because we have a lot of new ladies in the group. So to
Hmm.
actually hear and see and get to ask questions. Anyone have any questions for Nzali? If you have
Oh,
any
and if you're a
questions, it's a really good time.
So what's popping up now is a lot of like nature activities. I've been seeing like this mountaineers club and like they go hiking and
Oh,
camping and stuff.
okay.
Um, there's a lot of like, I guess like healing groups. There's a lady I know, Virginia. She does like a drum circle,
Mm,
the beach and different little things like that. So there's plenty to do. It's like once you get here, you just kind of have to find your crowd. And
yeah,
once you do that, then people will introduce you. Sorry, I had a message. People introduce you to everything and other people that you need to know. So, and then if not, like for myself, I wanted to see something like icebreakers. So Afia and I were
you
like, well, let's
created
just
it,
do it. And the good thing here is like you can just do that. Get a few people
right?
together and start hosting the event. And there are a lot of sorry, my dad. There's a lot of spaces that will let you use their restaurant or their event space. There was a sister who even called me last week who was like, "Hey, I have a new event space and we're looking for people to come and host events there." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll shop it around and then I'll come and see the space to see if there's something I can do there." So
Cool.
if you don't see it, create it. Yes.
Exactly. And I think so how long have you been in Ghana? Let me ask that first.
So I've been here over 2 years now. June was my 2 year anniversary.
Oh, cool. So let me ask you this because I know that you've been in the group probably about that time. Um, how, so you've seen some of the ups and downs and all of that stuff. How did you manage to find your circle, like, because that's what I want for this group, is for women to be able to find the people who you gel with the most, so that this journey can be a little easier. So how did you manage to do that?
Finding my circle.
Yes,
Is that
finding
what
your
your
circle.
question? So it's going in and out. So finding my circle. Trial and error. And then I also had to recognize like my circle has always been small. So I don't know why I thought when I got to Ghana my circle should like be super big. I just had a
Right.
conversation with my sister the day. Like, I don't do well with big groups of circles of
I'm
friends.
the
Like,
same
I'm the
way.
3 to 4 max kind of person, and
Yeah,
everybody
I'm
else,
like
I
that
just kind
too.
of, when I see them. But
Right.
yeah, it was a trial and error. There's been some not so great moments and misunderstandings, but I'm respectful. So even if a
Right.
person and I have a misunderstanding, I'm not disrespectful. So it's hard for people to kind of be like, well, damn, Anxiety.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, you're gonna know I feel
Yeah.
some type of way about it. But then when I see you, I'll be like, hey, I hope you're still doing good. If you
Right.
just go to events, when people have stuff supported, you get to see and meet different people as you go out. And then from there, you can decide like, okay, um do I want to keep hanging out with these people or do I not? And okay,
Right.
these are people I only see at a certain time. I can only go and party with you. You're the person I can invite to my house. You're the person who
Right.
we exchange business contacts. So people have different roles, and that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned any of Kumasi. I'm sure there are. I know that there was like a club that was hitting me up trying to do icebreakers at their spot, but I have not been to Kamasi yet. I know that's like crazy, but I'm sure that there
Yeah,
are.
it's hard. You get kind of stuck in Accra. Is so much going on in Accra. You kind of get stuck, and like you find yourself like, okay, I'm gonna go this place soon, and then it's like a year's passed, 2 years. It's like, damn, I ain't got there yet. But so I totally understand. Let me ask you one more question. I see Jennifer's gonna jump on after we talk with you, but I always tell people that we you know as adults, most of in America, most of our friends are people who are mostly, we either grew up with them, we either went to high school or college with them, and these are our friends. So we coming into this new environment, and I always talk about building relationships and how important it is to build relationships. How do you find yourself as an adult building relationships with people in this new environment?
Um, well, I'll say this: the type of person I am, I'm consistent. So the same anxiety that you meet will be the same anxiety that somebody else meets. So I think for me, it's just I am who I am. If we can work together, we can work together. If we can't, we can't. I find myself here, I have to make an effort to be more social because I don't have like a pre-existing network where I can't just like I went to Howard. Usually if I'm in the States, no matter what state I go to, I just for the Howard Alumni Network. And then that's my first go-to circle. And then from
Right.
there, I call friends to be like, oh, do you have any friends that live in this area that I but in Ghana is different. So when I first came here, I went out a lot to just kind of meet people. And then from
Mm-hmm.
there, there's a few people that I definitely keep in contact with and just being genuine. Like people are people no matter where you go in the world. Some people are
Yep.
trustworthy, some people are not.
Some,
And you just have to be like all your senses have to be in order. You can't like toss your caution to the wind when you move here.
exactly.
Like just be who you are. When you recognize somebody is who they is, accept it, and then you either decide if you want to be a part of it or if you don't,
Or you
and
move
make
on.
it social. So
Yeah.
uh, it's always telling me like, Anxiety, be nice, because I'm not the nicest person. on a regular day, but I make an effort to be more open and more social
Right.
here than I was in the States because I don't have a network set. I'm building a
Right.
network. So just be genuine, make an effort to talk to people, make an effort like where you can help people, help. So like I'm like a plug. Like if I know somebody's hiring and I know you have that skill, I will link you. If I know somebody
Right.
does this, then I will link you. If a sister has, housing accommodation spot and I know, I will send it. And then that usually circles back around to you as well. When you need
Absolutely.
something, people are willing to offer up information.
Right.
So yeah.
Wow, thank you
But
so much for jumping on with me today. I know that the information you've given us has been super valuable to our sisters. And any Sundays, I'm going to be trying really hard to do these talks. So if you ever want to jump on, if you just want to hop on and say hey or whatever, check in, just what's up.
okay, we'll do.
All
One more
right.
thing for the ladies who are dating here. Please, please, even myself, I'm still dating. Do not throw your caution to the wind. Do not, do not,
Yes,
do not.
girl. Yes.
If you would not have dated him in the States or the Caribbean, where UK, wherever you're coming from, do not date him in Ghana.
Thank you.
No matter how fine he looks, there's some fine men here. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, seriously. His family has to be a good family because that means a
Hmm.
lot here. Your family name. He should be a decent person. He should be educated. I know in the States we be saying like, oh, it don't matter. It matters here because people
It does
here
matter.
always want to know what school did you go to? What university
Hmm.
did you graduate from? What certificates do you have? These are things that they ask each other. So you should ask them too.
Yeah.
And men
Yeah.
should spend money on you. That is the culture here. If he don't never come out of his
Hell
pocket, he
yeah.
don't respect because the women here require them to show interest
Do
through financial.
everything. They have to do
So
everything there.
yeah, so he should be doing those things. If he's not, then run. Okay, don't do it, please. And even for
Catch
myself,
the first
like
thing
you
smoking.
know, seriously, like, and I know it's hard because when you get here, there's a lot of cuties, and you be like, "Ooh, he's so handsome." Don't matter. There's a million of them. So if you miss him, another one will come. So
Yes.
be patient
Yes.
and know what you want.
Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. You definitely, that's another thing that Annabelle had mentioned in the post that I posted about what should we talk about. And I'm gonna hopefully I can get Jennifer to expound a bit more on that one for me.
And
So thank you so
Jennifer,
much for checking in.
hold on, wait. Jennifer, I'm newly single, so you was gonna hook me
Hey,
up the last. I'm ready now.
see
I'm ready now.
that's networking. That's using use your resources wisely.
All right, y'all.
All right. Okay, Jennifer, where are you? Jennifer, we on a roll today, baby. Let's send me a request. Or how do I Jennifer, you have to send me a request. I don't see where I can just add you. Hey, Mama Don. Hey, honey. Hey, Akus. Hey, everybody. I should say Auntie Dawn, because Aunt Dawn is more. She is more like an auntie. That's the auntie you can go and hang out with, I'm sure. My best friend went and hung out and stayed with actually Miss Dawn, and she had a full time. Miss Dawn is in Kumasi. I know someone mentioned earlier, someone was asking about Kumasi. Um, my auntie Dawn is in Kumasi, so y'all can reach out to her. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
I thought you said you was looking homeless.
Girl, just bun. I ain't done nothing with my hair. I've been lazy. I've been a lazy natural. I'm like, I'm about to get my hair braided like this week because,
Yeah,
child, I
I feel.
cannot. Hey.
How's it been? Okay, I can't talk to you like we just talking because we
I know.
I was just about to go in for girl. So what's been going on?
I've been chilling. We can talk about it. We all friends and stuff. So no, nothing much. Just deep in his wedding planning stuff, you know, and then
I was to say congratulations.
thank you. So we're deep in that, and I'm trying to plan a wedding all the way in France from here. So I'm like, but we got like 8 months, I think. So I think I'll figure it out at some point. So I'm
Yeah,
excited for that. And then we've got business stuff going on like crazy. We've just changed the name of our company from He-Man Promotions to He-Man Consults, and trying to move on to like mining consultations, you know, selling, bringing in employees and selling equipment. Yes. So make some moves, girl. Make some moves.
girl, as soon as I can get Connor 3 straightened out, I am on the way.
Yes, get to Ghana. There's a lot going on here. Like it's amazing. Like the development and all the things that you can do. Like the businesses that people are doing is amazing. Like I went. Where did I go? What was it? I think it was last Saturday or something. Last week Saturday we went to a farm, and you know our sister. She's in the group. I think. Aisha. She does a taco thing at the farm in Dodowa, and we went there. And the owner of the farm, I think she's from Zimbabwe, and they got like acres. They grow everything, and they supply all the Palace and Maximar and all of them with all the herbs and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was telling her a little bit about what you do. I was like, yeah, my sister, she might be coming to Ghana and stuff. Y'all need to link up or something like that. So
Oh, cool.
really, really
That's what's
impressive. Yeah.
You know, when I get there, I'm gonna have to hit the ground running with my networking.
Yes, networking is a really, really, really big thing here. And it's just the circles that you move into. Like a lot of people don't realize the circles, the people that you hang out with, that you're associated with, has a really, really big impact on how you're able to do business here. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can hang out with that one wrong person and they're going to be looking at you crazy.
I was just about to ask you to, can you, because you know, let's talk about, I'm gonna give them a little background between me and you so we can, so they can understand why networking is so important. So Jennifer and I met, God, been 5 years
Five
now.
years ago? Five, I think. Yeah, because Lovey was in the belly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lovey was in your belly, and I just had Jury. Jury was like 6 months.
He was a baby, yeah.
Yeah. So we met at your now fiance's then restaurant, and we pretty much hit it off right away.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I came to a barbecue at your house
Yeah.
really just like clicked.
Hmm.
Of course, it was over food and drink,
Of course.
and so from there, so to give you all a little more background, we met in the expat community, which is a very tight knit community in Ghana, comprised of everybody everywhere that live in Ghana. You can ask these people for anything and everything. Somebody's gonna come up with whatever it is that you need,
Mhm.
or whatever it is that you're looking for. They were partially the reason why I wanted to create this group, because I felt like although they were so helpful and such a great network of people, we need our own space.
Yeah.
Talk about things that we can't talk about in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ghana International Cat Group is the reason I ended up creating this group to kind of not mimic what they have, but to give us our own space.
Yeah.
So that even though I still know people and deal with people in that group, I also have this group that I can, get that familiarity. So then goes our relationship. Did her call drop? What happened? Or did my call drop? Can y'all hear me, or did she drop off? Which one is it? Let me see. Okay, it must. Anyway, Jennifer and we met 5 years ago or whatever, and we've been like, we're back. Let's see. There we go. So as y'all can see, sometimes we have and all that, but here she is.
Sorry, my mama was calling me. I'm like, why are you calling now?
So what I wanted to say all that to say how because I went to that event at you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have, I'm a very what would you call me? Like, I don't really deal with people that much.
Yeah, you kind of just, I think you go off of like vibes, you know, how you feeling and stuff like that. So that's kind of how you are. You just like, if you don't move right or something off, you don't really deal with them, or you don't really like, you just be like, I'm not even going to waste my time. So.
Right. So that I'm really glad that I went to that particular event, and I ended up going to so many more events after that, and starting to build those relationships. And thankfully, I met you at the first event, and I was able to build this. Now I have a sister.
Yeah.
And,
exactly.
I'm not. As an adult, it's harder to make friends. Especially when you're like me, you're like really like when it comes to people. The networking portion of this is so important. So what I want to ask you is talk about like how you moved to Ghana and to find your way into these very, very powerful circles that you found yourself in.
Okay, well, I'm humble now, but no. When I when I moved here, I was initially married to my now ex-husband, and he's a Ghanaian, and he comes from a really good family here as well. But we didn't really dive into that so much when we came here. We kind of did our own thing. Eventually, I started, like I said, like you did, it was just like going through joining the expat groups because I was lonely. I didn't have any friends. I didn't really know anybody like that. And there wasn't really anybody around to like where I lived at to hang out with that I wanted to really hang out with. You know what I mean? So I joined those groups and just asking questions and things like that. And so eventually, when my relationship broke down, my marriage broke down and whatnot, I started working. I was just like, one day I was like, I'm bored. like the baby is big now. I don't have to be home with her. I need to find something to do, you know, to make myself happy. And I wanted my own money, you know, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working like 1 day a week at like a club. I was like a manager for their little VIP area and stuff. And I would only go to work on Sundays and stuff, maybe like two times a week, 3 times a week at the most. So then I started meeting like everybody then, because I was already friends with the guy who was managing the place, who was the chef there. And then I started through the expat groups, because I was just called him one day. I was like, I need a job. What are you doing? And he was like, oh, come here. We need you to do this, this, that. And that's how that started. And I started going there, meeting people who, you know, bosses of companies and things like that, networking. And at the time I was single-ish, you know what I mean? We were going through, so we were separated pretty much, but we weren't fully divorced, but I still started dating. Don't judge me, but
Hey, it
I
is
was
what it
going
is.
out and going on dates and meeting people and hanging out and stuff. So you start to know all these people. And then my fiance now, he would go there quite a bit. And then we started talking. And then he was telling me about his boxing events. And initially, he wanted me to come on and host there, but then he started telling me about like, oh, we need sponsorships, we need this, we need that. And through the connections I made working through the, you know, through the expat groups and working at the club, I started making some phone calls and going around, because I was like, oh, I could get money too. I'm not gonna be those freaking hostess. So I was like, I know more people than that. So then with that, I got Nissan on board. I've gotten Ashfoam on board. I've gotten who else? Like some startup companies and things like that. I've gotten a few companies on board with what we were doing to give for them to give us money for these events. And then it just started from there. He realized that, and then doing these events, like doing such a large scale event like that. I mean, this is like, I was in meetings with like, you know, DSTV in Ghana, you know, things like
Mm-hmm.
Super Sports and stuff like that. We're broadcast all over Africa. So you're going to meet people. And so,
Right.
you know, doing all of that, sitting in all these meetings, learning how that system works, and planning such a big event, you got to get out there and hustle. You got to get out there. I'm talking about, I'm emailing companies I don't even have contacts with. Like I would literally just start with the freaking reception and ask, who's the boss? Who's this person? Who's that person? I would be on the expat groups, because they always freely share contacts in there. So I would be
Always.
going in there, yeah, snatching up the bosses, like, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. And I also shook what my mama gave me. You know, I look cute. You know, when I clean up, I clean up
Hello.
nice. And I wear my little heels and my dresses, sitting on these meetings. Because some of them I did take advantage of the fact that they probably had a little like crush. So I would
Yeah,
go
you
in,
have to.
get those
That's
meetings.
where you use that
Gotta
feminine
do it.
prowess.
Exactly. So I would do that. So I would basically like open the door and get the door in, and then I'd get the meeting with the CEO. And then when I would get that meeting, I would call my, you know, well, he's the owner, you know, my head of, you know, I would call him, and he would be like, I'm like, okay, we got to see a table. Come on, we got a meeting. And so we would go there, and he would I would open the doors, and he would seal the deal, and we'd go from there. You
Right.
know, so, and that's how I started becoming more connected. And also, besides the meetings alone, going out, like we would be at Honeysuckle, man, that's the spot. You want to get some connects? Yo, that's the spot. Like you, especially the one in Osu. So we would go there, sit there just having beers and chit chatting with people that he would go to the bar with and hang out with. And then we started becoming regulars. See these people, you sit there talking, and we promoting the event. And Danny from Honeysuckle, he's always been a huge supporter of our event. So he's always on board. So we have our posters and sell tickets there. And we be sitting there talking, we talk about the event, and then next time we go there, somebody's giving us a check for like $5,000, $10,000, not even CDs. They're like, oh,
Right.
I want to come to the event. I want the VIP, because in exchange, we'd offer them advertising. Because you can't,
Mhm.
the thing is with events, you cannot do, like, you can't just be like, give me some money. They want to know what they're getting.
What they gonna
And
get?
for them, it was like, exactly. And for them, it was kind of like a free commercial. Like, I mean, not a free commercial, but it's cheaper than the average commercial, because they're going to be aired to 54 African countries. So they're going to be seen everywhere in exchange for what, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000.
Which is
The
very
higher
cheap.
you go, yeah, exactly. And you know, and it would be by levels. Like some of them would only want like their name mentioned on the poster. Some of them would just, they would want to go big and be like, I want ours in the ring. I want the ring ropes and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then it also, yeah. So we're hustling, going out, Honeysuckle, Smoke,
So
all the
let me
places
ask
them
you this.
expats be at.
So can you please explain to the ladies how socializing and networking and Ghana is pretty much like one and the same?
Well, huh. I mean, it is because because like I said, I move more in the expat groups, to be honest, because of who my fiance is and what he does. He's in mining. So we go to all the mining events and most of them are his friends and then they become my friends. And it's socializing because you know them where it's like, oh, hey, what's up? We're having a beer, we're hanging out, having wine, asking about the family because we all see each other so much. And you have to kind of have that. They want to feel like you're their friend. You're not just talking to
Right,
them for business. Like me, I'm not going to go to anything if I feel like you're only contacting me for business all the time.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, no, because you don't want to hang out with me. It's because the circle is so small here, and
Mhm.
money is tight everywhere. People can have money, but they don't want to give it out just like
Right.
that. They'd rather give it out to people who they know and they're
And
comfortable
they
with, that they
trust.
trust. And yeah, and that's a big part of doing business here. You got to be around people like they want to feel like they trust you and you trust them. So hanging out with them and socializing with them and seeing them on a non-business basis helps with that. So it's networking and socializing at the same time because you
Exactly.
know that anytime you have something, I'm like, hey, what's going on with you? What are you doing? Oh, well, yeah, I'm doing X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, oh, really? And it kind of becomes, it's more organic that way. It's not like
Right.
I need to talk to you now because of this. And you don't know that person from nowhere.
Okay, so one of the things that I know is a conflicting issue with some of us in the expat community and um, is the idea that we should only deal with each other and our um, continental
Our people.
counterparts. So how would you explain to our from your point of view how
Mhm.
that um, how is that either effective or ineffective in terms of business and making if you want to be a part of, I guess, the I don't want to say higher class, but I mean
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always like, you know how I am, Bakita, so I might ruffle a few feathers with that one because I
that's why
don't
I asked.
believe in that. I don't believe in that. Like, I mean, I understand the desire and do you, but you're going to do you for a long, long, long time. And I have no money. Because one thing I've learned, because doing these events and things and knocking on doors for money, is a lot of the local companies, the Ghanaian companies, they don't want to pay. They don't want to, they want free shit. They don't want to give you no money. There was literally, out of all the companies that we've had sponsor our events, there was one Ghanaian company that actually gave us money and did not want free shit. Only one. And that's just how it is. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
wish it was different because I don't, and I think it also has to do with I don't really move so much in the Ghanaian circle that much, you know what I mean? Doing business, you got to deal with everybody. You got to deal with everybody. Ghanaians don't restrict themselves to only dealing with one. They deal with everybody. If you're going to put some money in it, they're going to take it. So
Right.
it's not, you can't restrict yourself to just dealing with that. I mean, you can for yourself if that's something personally that's important to you. But like I said, it's going to be longer, it's going to be harder, and you're not going to maybe possibly not get as much because
So
you're still like an outsider to them. You know what I mean? They're not going to see you like you're Ghanaian. They're looking at you like you like the rest of them.
so
They're not.
what
It's no matter how many times they call you sister or anything, they're going to see you like foreigner.
so what would you say to people who have these grand aspirations of doing great business in Ghana and doing all of this big business in Ghana, but they don't want to deal with Lebanese, Chinese, uh, Australians, Brits, and all of those. To deal with those people. Um, what would you say to somebody
That they won't deal with nobody, basically that's not here, that's not from here. You're gonna be on the boat by yourself. Like business wise, you want to have a big, huge business, and you're not gonna have a big, huge business. You're not going to have a big, huge business.
I didn't want to say it
You're
myself.
not.
I just wanted somebody else to say it.
I'm an equal opportunity money taker. I will take your money, like from whoever. You can't come here and be like that. No. I mean, you can try. You can try. Like, and if you're successful, I applaud you. But like I said, the ride gonna be longer. It's just gonna be longer and harder and stressful. You cannot do a big business and exclude everybody that's here, because a lot of people here that are not Africans, they do see themselves as like, okay, well, I've been born and raised here. I mean, whether we agree with it or not, that's how they see themselves, and they make moves and they make money here. I mean, you don't necessarily have to deal with them, but it is, you know what I mean? You can do all of that stuff. Like, you can't open a big business and say, oh, I don't want you to be my customer. I don't. If somebody's coming with some money and the business deal is correct, then I would be foolish not to take it. It would kind of be stupid.
Yeah.
All you need is a good lawyer, like, to look everything over. You'll be fine.
You know, and that's a whole other part of the networking. You need to know who the lawyers are who do good lawyering.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
you know, we have we had the question, Asia asked the question about the class system and tribalism in Ghana. And I thought you would be the perfect person to explain that for her.
Okay, I don't know so much about the tribalism as much. I don't really feel like there's that here. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't really
don't think
feel like
it's there, but it's really
it's not
among
really like
Ghanaians.
aggressive.
Yeah,
Like, they'll joke about it a little bit, but I've never
right.
been like, yeah, like, I've never been like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? It's
It
like
kind of
when
feels
we in
like
the
how
States,
we
if we're like,
do in America with like, oh, them New Yorkers and them
yeah.
Southerners, and it kind of feels like that.
It's like, East Coast, West Coast. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's not, I haven't personally like felt like it was like a big thing. But as far as class system, yeah, there's a class system. People don't like to talk about it, but it is. It's
Let's talk
there.
about it.
It's drastic. It's definitely a class system here. It's funny whenever I hear people say that there's not. I'm like, where do you live?
So, what would you say to we have a lot of people who want to come to Ghana, and they say this thing like live like the locals. It really pisses me off.
Girl, I'll be laughing every time I see that.
Because I'm like, you need to be specific. Which locals are you talking
Right. What
about?
you mean local? You mean local, or like middle class local, upper middle class? What
Which
local do you
locals are you
mean?
talking about?
Because
Right.
there's the class system. There's the class. There's the income, the disparity in poverty and things. Well, how local do you want to live? Do you mean like you want to pound fufu and wash clothes by hand and do all that stuff? Okay, that's your price. Or do you mean you want to live in a compound or in a, like, what do you mean by that?
What do
Because
you mean
locals
by
here,
that?
there's rich locals, there's poor locals, there's all kinds of people here. You know what
Right.
I mean? I'm like, there's not just poor Africans or just only rich. Like, you know what I mean? It all that irks me. Like, I'm
It hurts so
like,
much. Oh my gosh. I
why
can't
not
stand
live to your comforts? Like, just be like, I don't like it when people say that. I'm like, why don't you come here like and be like, I want to live comfortable. And first of all, I'm not moving to Ghana and living like basic. If you wouldn't accept it like in the States, if you're not gonna live that way in the States, like, don't come here and expect and be like, live like a local. It's kind of insulting a little
it
bit.
is insulting. It is.
Yeah.
So like for me, okay, I feel like I live like the locals, but I lived in a 4 bed, 3.5 bedroom house.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I had the smallest
Exactly.
house on the block.
You see?
And my block was
That's
full Ghanaian.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, what do people mean when they say live like the locals? It really grinds my gears when people say that.
Yeah, it's like you're insinuating like, oh, you're right, Anzali. I see that. Yeah, people do try to make you feel bad, like for wanting to have higher
Exactly.
standards. Like, I'm like, I will not. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't want to live like. I don't want to live a certain way. I like having a washing machine. I like living in my house. I like having my wall. I like going out to all these fancy restaurants. I like going for sushi. Like, I like hanging out with everybody. I like Honey Soul because they got good chicken wings. Like, and people
Right.
be looking at me like, it's not even how you dress. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to wear local clothes all the time. I don't. I have like maybe a 2, 3 pieces. Like, I don't like wearing my regular clothes. Like, and Ghanaians wear regular clothes. So,
Yes, Kim, why we gotta struggle to feel pride. I take pride in not
right.
struggling.
I'm not moving here. If I can afford a nanny and a cook or whatever, I'm going to get one. Why should I be living hard? Cleaning up here is hard. Wait till I would always be telling people, wait till you move
Wait
here.
till you get here.
Move here.
Exactly. Cleaning up in Africa is totally different from cleaning
It's
up in America.
wild. Like
That
that
shit.
isn't. It's not easy. It's dust everywhere all the time. Like, I mean, have you even ever had to clean your window screens? I've had to clean my window screens like
Girl,
more than like once a month. Like, it's a lot, and I'm
girl,
like, I'm
it's a
not doing
lot.
it like this. Especially this house. This house too damn big. It's like, how many? This is a 5 bedroom house, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not cleaning it. I'm not. I refuse. I did it like when one day we didn't have the nanny and stuff, and I was about to die. I
I
was
was
looking
like,
at Hedda. I was like,
how
you need
that?
to clean up. I was like, this fool thought because he made the bed up and straightened up the bedroom. He's like, I cleaned the room. I'm like, did you clean the toilet? Did you clean the showers? And I'm sitting there dripping sweat, like everything, just from mopping the floor. From mopping the floor. I was like, no.
No, I'm not.
I'm
I'm
not
in
about
this.
that life.
I'm even here where I am in Benny. I was initially I was cleaning my little place and doing it all myself, and I was like, this too much.
Yeah.
And I think me and you
You
was
be
talking one day,
tired.
and you was like, "Girl, you better hire somebody to do that shit."
No, I remember when you first came to my house, and I've been one of these. I think I lasted 3 months in Ghana before I had like help. I refused. So you came to my house the first time you came to my house, and the nanny went out to open the gate for you, and like she was helpful. You were like, I need to get one of those.
So, hey, I remember that first New Year that we knew each other, and we was all at Bella's house, and y'all all had me all. You need to get some house help. You need to get a nanny. I was like,
I'm telling you. You were so like, no, I don't get, no, I'm telling you that. I was like that when I first moved here. I was like, I can clean my own house. I can take care of my own kids. But then it was like, well, I don't know nobody. Reality started hitting. And I was like,
yeah,
I want to be able to go out without my kids. And I don't
yeah,
know nobody to watch them. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And I was like, huh. So my social life was non-existent for like the first few months living here. I had to take my son. At the time, I only had Kwaku with me. So I was like, couldn't go nowhere, do nothing. The boy was with us all the time. And
Yeah.
so you think about those aspects too, or like working here. You don't realize if you have like a regular job, traffic is horrendous here. You your house like super early, be in the 30. My kids' school ends at 3:30. Sometimes like I can't be home all the time. Like back, especially when I was doing the events and stuff. I was like, grateful that I had someone to pick them up from school. Even in the mornings, I don't want to get up early every day. Like I don't get up every day in the morning. I'm like, the nanny's there, she gets them ready and dressed and off to school.
Right.
So, and then I see him, I wave from when I, oh, bye, baby, love you, go right back to sleep. That's the life I want to live. I don't
Exactly.
have to like that. I'm comfortable and I'm okay with that. But
And
some people aren't, and you do got to do what works for you.
yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. I remember when we started this group in 10, there was a lot of hostility behind that, and we had other people who felt like, oh, you come to Ghana to feel like you better than people and all of this. And I'm like, first of all, it's a job for somebody. It's a job for somebody, which
It
Ghanaians
is.
always complain about that they don't have a job. So you in your one house, you potentially can create like 3 jobs.
Exactly.
All
Exactly.
of us are the ones who are willing and able um create some jobs. It's not as bad as it feels for us coming from America.
Yeah.
And even if we understand that, like, even Ghanaians, most Ghanaians have,
Yeah,
like,
they do. And another
even the
thing,
ones
another
who work for
mentality.
you probably have help.
Yeah. Another mentality I don't like that a lot of us come here with that I've seen and I've noticed too is that they come here with the same thing we criticize white people for. Like they come here
Yeah,
with that mentality, I gotta save the I gotta save the Ghanaians. Why are we paying them the local rate? You need to pay higher. You need to do this. Why are you
yeah.
treating them like this? Like they come here with that mentality and I'm like, do you even know what the daily work rate is?
The
Like,
who?
do you even know the daily work rate, the daily national
Yeah, like
wage?
most people don't
And
know.
you realize like somebody is paying like okay, I think they raised it up to 11 CDs I think a day.
What?
Oh wait, it's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, I hear that. It's like being weird. Okay, did it
Oh,
go away? Do you hear? Yeah, it's delayed. I think the thing is delayed.
uh, weird.
No, the it's the echo or something.
So let me start over.
Yeah, let's start over.
Okay. Let me finish. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna wait. Okay, we had like some kind of weird echoing thing that was going on, so we decided to stop that live and try to start over, or start a new one. I don't know what was happening, so I'm gonna wait for everybody to get on here, and we'll get Jennifer back on. So yeah, give us a few minutes to figure this out. I don't know what was happening there. That was weird. It just was like playing it back or something. What was that? Was spooky. Like literally playing back the conversation. Does that mean somebody was recording us and they started playing it back by mistake? You know, Facebook is Big Brother. They always watching. So I'm gonna wait for some more of the sisters to get on. Trying to find like dead ass. I'm like, wait a minute. Could you hear, Asia? Could you hear like that playing back? The playback was happening like live. That was really crazy. I'm gonna go outside while we wait on some more of the sisters to get back on the call. I'm gonna walk outside. I haven't. Now that it stopped raining, maybe I can get some. Whew, yeah, that's much better. I'm waiting on Jennifer so I can get her back on. And we can finish our conversation here. Oh, cool, Annabelle. I would love for you to join so we can have some more candid conversation today. Oh, it was echoing the whole time. I didn't even realize it. I could hear a small echo, but I didn't know it was that bad. So, I'm waiting for Jennifer to find her way back to us. Hey, Auntie Dawn and everybody else. Let's see if I can show y'all my view from right now. This is where I am right there. That's the Atlantic. This is my view. I come out here and I do my yoga every morning. So it's a pretty cool place to do yoga. The daily wage rate is 10.65 Ghana cedis. Oh my God. Yeah, so as we were talking about, we've had sometimes that conversation comes up, and you know, people have some very strong opinions. I'm in Conakry, my Auntie Dawn. You know, we have some very strong opinions on how we should be doing things or whatever, but I say you need to be comfortable. You don't come to Ghana to be uncomfortable. I mean, if you want to be uncomfortable, you can just stay where you are. It's going to be uncomfortable enough just trying to adjust. So if you can do anything to make yourself more comfortable, you should. Like Annabelle mentioned, some of the things that we could do to make things a little more comfortable, a little more familiar, is like having a VPN. Like I have a VPN here so that I can watch Netflix, because a lot of the like streaming apps that we use in America, you can't use in other places. But if you have a VPN, I use ExpressVPN. I think Annabelle uses ExpressVPN also, but there are other VPNs you can use. And what that does is it allows you to point your IP address to America, and then it's kind of like you fool the system into thinking you're into America, and that way you can use things like VPN, which allows you to use Netflix and Hulu. I know some people who have their Amazon Fire Stick here, but I think even if you have Fire Stick or Roku or something like that, you also still need to use a VPN. So, find those things that will make you comfortable, especially like when it's like rainy season time and you're inside a lot, or if you're a person who spend a lot of time inside, you need some ways to entertain yourself. And sometimes you don't have, you can watch the TV or have DSTV or whatever, but those can be costly, and it'll just be cheaper to get a VPN and pay for Netflix for monthly. The heat my mom got when she came to Ghana last year because I booked an Airbnb. She told them straight that I bought her a ticket and I booked her the Airbnb so she could pick up her bags and follow me. I mean, you just have to be able to be comfortable, man. Like, for me, I have small children. I have a almost 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a almost 2-year-old. My baby will be 2 next month. And things that I may be able to tough it through. I ain't trying to put my kids through that. If that's the case, we can stay in America, and there's a lot of things that we can struggle there. For me, I didn't come to the U.S. to struggle. I mean, I didn't come from the U.S. to West Africa to struggle. If I don't have to, why am I going to struggle? Now, as Auntie Dawn is saying, each person is totally different and should live as they can. I did not come to Ghana to live poor. I wasn't poor in California, and I definitely I'm definitely not going to live like I'm poor here. So you need to live within your means and live the life you want. Why allow others to dictate to you how to live? Exactly. And I think that's my point, is that you need to do what's best for you. But you can't condemn somebody else because they want to or are able to live a more comfortable life for themselves. And if you just totally choose to live a certain way, that's on you, and it's nobody's nobody has a right to tell you that the way you decided to live is right, wrong, or indifferent. So do you. I'm gonna get Jennifer back on here. We won't have any echoing. Hopefully we'll have a good connection here. It does sound fun.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah, tell me, is my line clear or what is up? Let's see. Okay, I think that's gonna be better.
Yeah, I can hear
We
better
got it.
now.
But it's better.
Just can't see me, that's all.
Yeah, it's echoing, but I think we can deal with that.
No
So
problem.
anyway, I was just saying that people should, we as a people need to not do the whole judging people for the Can you hear
No,
me?
I can hear you,
Okay.
but I think it's just I'm like maybe I'll hop off and then we'll do it next Sunday. I'll come back on
Okay.
because it only
Yeah, because
seems to act
Annabelle
up
said
when it's
she may be able
joining.
to jump on in a few minutes. So I'm gonna and see if we can get Annabelle on, and once we get Annabelle, we'll be finished for this week.
All right, cool. See you
All
guys.
right. Thank you for hopping on. Talk to you soon. So yeah, I want to show you all my view again. It's so pretty out here. It's so it's a family that lives here. My floor is the floor my company bought and or rented, and then down there another family lives there. Then our gate man, he lives here, and gate and security guy lives there. Then right over here in this little place right there where my fingers touching the roof, that's where I go and buy my like credit and stuff. And then here is the mosque that at 4:45 every morning we start to hear the call for prayer. And yeah, it's just this is my little neighborhood, Ratoma. So I live in right now I live in a consultant house. I'm a consultant for for the UN and for a nonprofit organization here in Guinea. And while I'm building my business, I'm doing consultations and stuff. So this is where I live. I'm the only consultant here now. We have four, four bedrooms, four bathrooms, and we have a like a living room and a kitchen. But right now it's just like it's me by myself in this big old place. So like I'm gonna give y'all a tour while I wait for this is our porch. And that's my little clothesline. But this is my door. Y'all excuse my room. It's relatively clean, but there's my room. This is my bathroom. This is my room where I have some of my stuff for my business at. Because it doesn't have a bathroom, so they don't rent it out. So they just letting me use it. Then I ain't got the lights on in here, and I don't remember where they are. But this is the living room, dining room, and my kitchen, or our kitchen. But it's just me here now, so it's like it's mine. So anyway, Annabelle, let me know when you're ready, girl, so you can add on to this great conversation that we having today. But yeah, so one thing I would add is that as far as the comfort level goes, it's important that I was talking about like bringing things that can make your stay a little more comfortable. So like VPN, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. For me, we send a lot of things that I got kids, so we be sending like snacks and whatever. Like if my husband when he goes to America, like he's there now, but all of the kids are in the States, so he'll send stuff that he uses mostly. So he's saying big bags of rice. He Ghanaian, so he be thinking about that kind of stuff. He'll send rice and oil and whatever that'll keep him from spending money while he's there. But I would say send things that can make you make your stay, your living situation a little more comfortable for you. Because there will be times where you just need some familiarity, and in those times you don't want to be in a situation where you like, dang, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. So you know, think about those things, and I'm sure Annabelle will. Okay, here we go. We're adding Annabelle now. Dang it. I'm sorry, y'all. Some kind of way my live feed just went completely off. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It just cut off, and it didn't even give me the option to save it or anything. So, but you were saying that Ghana has plenty of rice. I'm saying that my husband, right, you can go in Sam's Club and get like a bag of a 25 pound bag of rice for like $20. So he usually like brings things that he know that he'll eat. He eats a lot of. He'll bring that. I'm sorry, my house lady keep calling me. I'm gonna have to call her back. So yeah, I was saying that he'll send things that he uses regularly, and that he know. For instance, he buys rice regularly. So what happened? Why it won't let me? I'm trying to add Annabelle. I'm adding her. Connecting. There we go.
Say hi.
So handsome. Hey, boo.
Say hi.
Hey, boo.
He's cooperating right now. It may
Good.
change.
So, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. You look good.
How are you? Thank you.
I'm good. I'm good. We seem to have a better connection. So
We
let's
do.
to the best of our abilities.
Say hi to the people.
So tell me, Annabelle, what are the things that have made you most comfortable being in Ghana?
Um, I always tell people when they ask me what's the most important thing when you move here. To me, your living situation needs to be the way you want it to be, and you have to be comfortable. Because without that, I think everything else in Ghana will go wrong. Because when you go home, where you live at is your sanctuary. So it has to be
Mhm.
up to whatever your standards are for living. And so that's why, I encourage people to live as good as or better than they were living in the US or wherever they were coming from. So my home has been an important part in me being comfortable. From things like I still watch a lot of US TV, so Law and Order, Power, basketball wise, all that stuff, I still watch it. So I made sure there was a way for me to continue to have those different things because it also helps me stay connected back to my family and my friends in the US. Because as you know, we all discuss those shows online, and until I got that set up, I felt a bit disconnected from them because I can't
Yeah.
physically see them. And so it helps to be able to participate in the discussions and different things that are going on.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because I know many times I've felt like an outsider with my own friends and family because I'm like, I don't know what they talking about.
Right.
So yeah, I totally agree. So let me ask you this. How have you set up your situation? I know you have a VPN. What do you use? Fire Stick, Roku? What do you
Um,
use?
So I have VPN. So, well, first off, internet is important. If you want to stream stuff that's back in the States, you need to have a fast internet connection. And so I've gone through about three different internet providers, and the best one so far for me has been MTN Fiber. It's the least expensive one that I've dealt with, and the internet service is just like you get back in the States. So once you
Oh,
get fast internet, after that I have ExpressVPN. So my location, they think that I'm in New York.
yeah,
And
mine too.
then I use Netflix. I have Hulu. I also have my aunt's login to her Comcast cable, so I'm able to use her login as if I'm there to log in to watch all the networks. So I have a few different things to ensure I can access everything I want to get to.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I do you're doing exactly the same thing that I do. I have ExpressVPN, which shows me in New York, and it makes me able to when the conversations are happening about whatever the show is, like I
Right.
can I can comment on them. Like Queen Sugar is one of my
Yes, yes, yes.
yes, Queen. I have to be
I
able to do
caught up on
Queen Sugar.
Queen Sugar. I caught up on Queen Sugar yesterday.
Girl, that's my joint right there. And I've been watching Ambitions
Hmm.
and um sometimes when I need some ratchety stuff, I'll pick up some of the little housewife stuff.
I think I hear the echo again. Do the other ladies hear an echo?
I'm not hearing an echo yet, so are we echoing you guys? Let's see. So you mentioned marrying poor and what I want you to talk about that for me because I don't think people really understand how this really works in
So,
Ghana.
hold on, let me plug in my charger. My phone is going dead. Okay, let me make sure I'm charging. So, what I mean by that?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so what I say is this. I grew up with a lot of money. I grew up in a good family back in the U.S. and we all worked hard. But one thing that I've noticed from talking to there's a difference here. Some African American women, and it is like a joke within the Ghanaian community and a lot of men that we come here married, got that they wouldn't even date. So what I'm saying is this here. You have standards in the United States. You should have those same standards when you come to Ghana. There are a lot of good looking men here. Just good looking, it doesn't mean that you with him. I think
It's breaking up a little bit.
community and a lot of men. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Some women are married these men. They're put in situations where the man has lied to them. He has another family. Those different things. But if you look at a lot of these men, when you talk to them, they come from very poor communities. At the end of the day, if you're poor, your whole goal in life is to get something better. And so getting something better could be marrying an American woman and getting back to the United States. And it's not their fault that they're trying to make a come up, but we have to use our own common sense. Like if the man is poor, why are you with him? If you want to help him, you don't have to have a romantic relationship with him. You can still help him. There's a lot of people that I hear get to the next level in life, but I'm not going to sleep with the man. And so I'm just saying, have standards when you come over here. No, you don't have to date a rich man, but he should be able to provide for you. You should be taking care of him. And I think a lot of that is happening. And I'm just sad when people go through it. But there's a lot of red flags that women don't pay attention to in the name of love. At the end of the day, a marriage should be looked at not just for love, it's also a business agreement. How are you guys really going to grow together? If he has nothing to offer you, unless you want to mold this man and make him into what you want him to be, it's really a waste of time. And I think Black American women have to get out of the mind that we have to fake in. We have to make it to what we want. No, why can't he teach you something? Why can't he help you grow? Why can't you pay all the bills? Why can't you save your money?
It's breaking up a little bit again.
I just feel like don't bring that same mentality over here where you have to keep on working so hard to be with a Black man. It's okay for you to be taken care of. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's what I encourage. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be with a man that is a provider and still have your own money. I mean, that's another thing I tell women. Always have your own money. The way that I'm living now, if I don't have a man, I can still live that way or better.
Exactly.
No one will ever have over me. I need them in order to make it. And, you know, that's my only advice. But stop with this, you know, trying to be the savior of these Ghanaian men that don't have anything. It's not your job.
I agree. I totally agree. Like, when I used to have my little YouTube channel, that was one of the things I addressed often, was that, you know, if you talking to a man and every time you turn around he needs some money, what you talking to him for? I'm not sending now man no money. Now look, wait a minute, baby. Would you be sending a man? And forgive me, because we do have, I mean, there are situations where you could be looking out for your dude. That's one thing. But to have to take care of a man is you shouldn't have to do that. And many times in these situations, women find themselves doing that, and I don't. No. Auntie Dawn say, I agree. The bottom line, you should use the same criteria for a relationship in Africa as you would in the US or in England or wherever you're coming from. Would you date a beach bum in your home country? No. No. We're not dating no beach bum. So you also you also talked about you know, one of my biggest things is relationship building. And you mentioned in the post that I made prior to going live that we should talk about socializing and networking and going out and having a good time. So tell us, even as a new mom, how is it that you make time and you're able to have a good time? What are you doing in that crowd?
So for me is I live the same life in Accra that I lived in New York or in. I've always been real big on networking, and- but it also starts with where you live. I wanted to live in the upper middle class neighborhood because
It's
neighbors
breaking up
have
again.
always
I'm sorry.
helped me with a lot. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's just breaking up a little bit.
So I was saying one of the first things I did was I wanted to live in a upper middle class to upper class neighborhood because my neighbors that I've met have helped me with a lot of different things because they're all prominent in their own fields. And so I know a lot of people say, oh, they want to live in the place that's the cheapest. They want to live amongst whatever locals it is they're talking about. The kind of locals that I live amongst are upper class to middle class locals. And that's because I know where I'm trying to go in my life and then within
Right.
the society. So number one, I think your neighborhood does matter because it can help you get to the next level in your life. Number two, like Nzali said, you have to go out and be social. So if you want to meet people, as folks say, that are entrepreneurs, educated, intellectual, those things, you have to go to where they are. Those folks are like at the Sky Bar. They're at places that cost a little bit more money, but those relationships that you build are invaluable. Um, I the way that I got my job, I actually met my boss when he was in Brooklyn, New York for an event, and I introduced myself. And he told me when I moved to Ghana to call him that he was going to give me a job. So I started networking before I even got here. And I think a lot of us have an excellent skill set and a lot to offer, but we're not being connected with the right people. And so then
Absolutely.
people will say there's no jobs in Ghana. But there are really
Absolutely.
a lot of jobs in Ghana. You just have to know where to find them. And
So can
you know,
you tell for information's sake and just for the sake of, because a lot of people see you posting a lot of things, can you tell them where you work?
oh, so I'm pretty sure most people here have heard of the year Ghana 2019. I'm actually the manager of her, so I'm
So
responsible for.
it's breaking up a little bit. So if you all didn't hear her clearly, she is the manager of the Year of Return events, right?
So I work for the Ghana Tourism.
Okay. So if you all didn't hear it, because it did break up a little bit, she works for the Ghana Tourism Authority, and she manages the Year of Return portion of the tourism um, stuff. She just fell off, so maybe she'll pop back in a second. And we're having a hard. I think she's having a she's there, but her cam is not coming up. And Sally say Annabelle be at all the spots. Shoot, Annabelle be networking her ass off, man. I'm trying to add you, Annabelle. Y'all, I'm sorry. I I needed to get. I got to get my water in. I feel like really dehydrated. Okay, there she is.
Okay, is it better now? I dropped off to see if that would take care of the echo and the static and stuff.
Mhm. Mhm. That's better.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, it's about networking. It's about knowing your skill set. Another thing, there's a lot of jobs on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and you can meet different CEOs from companies. Before I came here, I went on LinkedIn because I have a background in marketing and technology, And back in the States, I previously worked for one of the big consulting firms. So I sent a LinkedIn message to all of the partners in Ghana for the different consultant firms. So the first time I came here, I had 3 job interviews with partners. And that was simply off of me sending a LinkedIn message with my resume before I got here. So I met with them and they said, you know, when I get back, let's meet up again and they'll hire. Now, I accepted the job with Ghana Tourism Authority, but those same partners still email me and still reach out to me and let me know when I'm finished with year of return in Ghana Tourism Authority to come work for them. And so if you put in the work and you have the skill set that is needed, you can get a job here. And a lot of folks say, oh, you know, you're not making the amount of money you make in America. You don't need the same amount of money you make in America to live a nice life in Ghana.
Absolutely.
I don't make as much money as I made in America, but my life is better here and I can do more
Absolutely.
with my money. And so you have to look at it like that. And if you are married or dating, if you're with the right man, he should be paying all your house bills anyway. So all your money should go to discretionary stuff. And you should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So can you as far as the working thing goes, I know from my experience, being an American was a good, like it was a really big plus for the job market there. Is I know the same thing here, like being an American, if if I spoke French, I would be in really good shape here. Like I could get a really good job here because I'm an American who speaks French or whatever. For whatever reason, Americans are very attractive in the job market. Is it the same in Ghana?
Well, yes, it is, but you have to look at it from this standpoint. It's not, if you look at Africans, Asians, most cultures, they go abroad to attend university. They go to America, they go to the UK because they feel that those countries have a better system for higher education. And so if you're coming to Ghana and you're American and you went to school in America, they're assuming you have the skill set that they're sending their kids overseas to get. And
Absolutely.
so you can use your American privilege or your Black American privilege and it will help you. A lot of things also is as Americans, we're more vocal and we get stuff
Hmm.
done. For a Ghanaian woman to be vocal, it can sometimes be looked at as being disrespectful
Right.
in a business meeting. Whereas when I go to a meeting, me being vocal is expected because I'm American. And so if
Hmm.
you learn the system, you can use it to your benefit. And then also, some of your Ghanaian sisters and different people will start taking you to more meetings because they want you to speak on their behalf because there might be something
Yes.
they're unable to say. And so that's how it is about building relationships. When I started at my job, I was the only Black American. No one that was American had actually worked there. And so people was like, oh yeah, you're Black, but you're not one of us. I don't speak the local language. So I didn't get offended. I just took time to build relationships and work through those challenges. And now, you know, pretty much everyone I work with, they love me. They treat me like we're family. We have a lot of fun. But you just
Right.
have to know how to work through any system. And in the end, it will benefit you.
Absolutely.
What was something else I wanted to touch on? I think I lost the thought. What other questions do you have for me?
So, how would you say that the socializing and networking work together in your life?
Well, socializing and networking to me work the same as if you were back in the States. Ghanaians like to build relationships. They want to feel like they know you. They have to trust you because I think culturally they have trust issues anyway. They don't really trust each other.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so a person wants to sit and talk to you. They want to know about your history. They want to know, what do you do? Do you have a family? And so you do that through eating fufu. You do that through having drinks if the people drink. And so, yeah, it does help because they're building a relationship with you. You just can't go in and say, oh, I need this and expect them to
Right.
give it. Like, well, who are you? You also have to break through the barrier. Yes, we're all black, but we're still foreigners to them. And
Absolutely.
so, if anything, if they have a choice, they have their Ghanaian brother or sister, then they have African American. They would likely always choose the Ghanaian because that's their people. And so, until they
Mm-hmm.
look at you as their people, you may not get selected first. Now, they all tell me, oh, Annabelle, you're Ghanaian. It doesn't matter
Mm-hmm.
now. And
Right.
so, those are the different things that you need to work on building, and it takes time. That's why I say people come here saying that they want to, as soon as they move here, they want to build a school, cure world hunger, do all those things. Spend your first year actually understanding
Yeah.
the community, the culture, where you want to live. If you plan to be here for multiple years, you don't have to do everything in your first year. It's not like a
In your
competition
first month.
to see
Right.
who can do the most in the community first. Like, move at your own pace to do what you need to do. You don't have to start your business in the first 3 or 4 months. Like, take the
Right.
time so when you do it, you can do it right and you don't go broke trying to do it and you don't get cheated. I think a
Right.
lot of people get cheated when they move here because they don't understand the system. If you study
Exactly.
long enough before going out to buy land, if you studied before starting a business, if you made the right relationships, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be happening. I think people rush into stuff too soon, and that's
Yeah.
why it didn't out well. And then they try to blame it on Ghanaians. It's really not the
Right.
Ghanaians' fault. It's their fault for not doing the right research that you needed to
Doing your
do,
due diligence.
that you just jump into it and then try to
Yep.
blame somebody because you got scammed with land. Well, take your time, and then some of those things might not happen to you. Talk to the right people. And
Building
so,
relationships.
um, as for, so I don't call the people at my house, I don't call them house help. I call them house assistants because I just
Mm-hmm.
have with the term house help.
Yeah.
For me, as a lot of you know, I'm a new mother. I wasn't. I tried to do the whole stay at home mom thing, and it's not for me. Having a career and a social life is important to me, and being a wonderful mom. One thing that I will say, if I was in America, I wouldn't be able to afford to have a nanny. I wouldn't be able to afford to have somebody to help keep things organized around here. And all of my friends, my aunts, cousins, stuff in America, they're tired all the time because as
Mm-hmm.
women and men, they have to do everything. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
me, when I come home, I spend time with my child. I don't have to worry about laundry. If I don't want to cook, I don't have to cook. I don't have to mop floors. And so having that help allows me to be the kind of mother that I want to be. When I'm with my
Yes.
I don't have distracted time. When I'm at work, I can,
Agitated.
yeah,
You're not
those things. My
feeling
nanny
stressed
doesn't
all the
live
time.
with because I didn't want to live in. But if I need her to stay over, she will. So, sometimes I might want to go meet the girls just for lunch or something. I need that because you have to have balance and you have to have the outlet. And living in Ghana allows me to do that. So please don't let anyone make you feel bad because you have a house assistant or because you have someone that does your laundry or because you have a washing machine. Don't let people make you feel bad because you have hot water. Like some of the
Right.
stuff that's being, it's ridiculous. Live the life
It's
that you want to
absolutely
live. What anybody else has to say, because it doesn't matter what they say.
right. You have to be able to be comfortable. It's already a hard adjustment to make in the first place. Then to be uncomfortable, um, it just doesn't make sense. But I appreciate you, you know, opening up and giving some insight on what it looks like because so many times people make it they just I think they make it harder than it have to be. Like if you can hire somebody for a couple $100 a month to help you, and that's really helping them. Like 9 times out of 10, we're paying more than what they would get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just who we are. Like for me, I pay my house assistant like $100 more than they pay regularly here. But for me, it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's not a lot to have somebody come in here twice a week, and she only comes in twice a week. So
Mm-hmm.
to have somebody come in here twice a week and clean up for me and make sure everything is organized and everything is worth it because I work really hard and I don't want to come home and have to mop floors and do all of that. I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Shit. And if I don't have to, why not? So
Mm-hmm.
I hope that that was I hope people understand where you're coming from. One thing I want to say before I let you go is I wanted to ask you, as you talked about, building relationships before you got to Ghana, you started building your relationships. What other ways have as I asked Anzali, um, making friends as adults is a little harder than it is when you went to college with people and you grew up with people and everything. How have you gone about building relationships and friendships since you've gotten to Ghana?
So I don't think it's hard meeting people in Ghana. Um, that's the easy thing to do. I think the harder thing to do is learning who people really are, their intentions, their character, and if you want to have a friendship with them or if you want to have just a business, a social relationship. And so I would always say get to learn people's motives and try to be friends with people who are similar to you because
Mm-hmm.
that will help. So there are a lot of friends, and so there's a lot of my sorority sisters who are here that I've been able to have close relationships with. But I run in like 4 separate groups. I have my sister repatriates group that I run in. I have my sorority group. I have my Ghanaian group that I run in, and then I have a small work group of people that I run with. And so my social life and the people that I know here, I feel like I have an excellent support system. I mean, even for my baby shower, I didn't want a baby shower, but 3 of the women that I'm friends with, 2 of the sisters, no, all 3 are repaps. They threw me a baby shower, and a lot of people was there. I was just like, oh wow, I didn't expect so many people to show up. And so I was like, okay, I really do have a great support system out here, and everyone can have that same type of support system if you build genuine relationships and just be real. Like people know my personality. They know I'm very straightforward, but I'm also a very giving person. I invite everyone to events. If I have extra tickets, I call people. I'm like, here, just come out, come do this. And so just be
Right.
real and you'll meet the right type of people.
Right. I totally agree. Thank you so, so, so much for hopping on with us today.
Bye. Let me
I'm
see.
gonna let you and baby go.
Say bye.
Hi, boo. Look at you. Bye,
Bye
boo.
bye.
Look at you.
All right.
Again, you have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, sis. We've had a nice, good conversation today. It's been broken up in pieces. So if you're just joining, we have a couple of hours while we were talking today. But whatever you do, if you can try to get all of the 3 clips. I don't know how to make them come together, but just check them out. And I'm going to be trying really hard to do these things on Sunday. I think they're very helpful. If you are enjoying the Sunday talks that we're having, let us know, comment below, and give us some ideas of things that you would like to talk about. If you want to join us, if you're in the States, if you're in Ghana, wherever you are, and you're looking to go to Ghana, join in. We can talk about things, whatever it is you want to talk about. So, with that being said, it's been a wonderful day talking to you ladies. Peace.